Hello, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash, the safe place to cleanse your mind, body, and soul of all that trash you consume this week so you can consume some more tomorrow. I'm your host, Josie Van Dyke, and I'm sitting next to my girl crush, Hannah Matthews, everybody. Welcome to Weekly Trash.
Yay, thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to have you. I'm going to give you a compliment that I've never given anybody on this chair, okay? And it's going to sound creepy, but I just need you to know I'm straight, like fully straight. But if I was a lesbian, you're my type. Like, I have the biggest crush on you. I think you're such a baddie. Honored. You're so hot. Your tattoos. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, look at her style. Look at her tattoos. I'm obsessed with you, and I had to have you on the podcast.
Well, thank you. This is truly an honor to be here.
Good. I wanted to get another tattoo, and I just had this epiphany. I'm like, wait, what if you came and gave me a tattoo on the podcast? Like, that would be
iconic.
So that's what we're doing. But first, we need a dumpster deep dive you. Today's episode is brought to you by THREAD. If you're like me and always on the go, forgetting everything from your wallet to your keys, let me introduce you to the best solution I've found, THREAD. By now, you've probably heard of THREAD and their incredible crossbody bags, which their clear crossbody bag, my absolute go-to. If you're a concert goer, you know you have to have clear bags. It's the best one in the game. They also have wallets, lanyards, lip balm holders, another fave, and more. These products are sleek, stylish, and unbelievably practical. Whether you're heading to the beach with friends or running errands around town, THREAD has got you covered. THREAD is your go-to for all things carry, minimalist and functional. Their products are perfect for those of us who need a little extra help staying organized. Me. With cool patterns and minimalist vibes, there is a THREAD product for everyone. They've taken everyday essentials and given them a sleek update, focusing on simplicity and functionality. And here's the highlight. The versatility of THREAD products makes them a great fit for travel, concerts, like I said, or your daily errands. Explore the entire collection at threadwallets.com, where you no longer need to sacrifice functionality for style, or vice versa with THREAD. Use code TRASHERS at checkout for 20% off your order at threadwallets.com, THREADWALLETS.com. And thank you, THREAD, for sponsoring today's episode.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing about you, and you're my girl crush, so I need to know everything. I need to know absolutely everything.
I'm ready to spill it all.
Okay, let's dive in. Hannah, where are you from?
I grew up in good old Provo, Utah.
Provo
P-town.
girl.
Yeah.
Provo girl.
Utah County through and through.
Do you have a big family, small family?
Medium. I guess small for like Utah's. I have an older sister and a younger brother.
Oh, just three of you.
Mom and dad.
Did you like having three?
Yeah. I feel like it was good.
Does it make you want to have one more? Because you have two kids. No, you're good. You're like, no, that's fine. That's fine. We're good. So you have your siblings. Did you say you're in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
How is it being the middle kid? Is it the stereotypical middle kid
Honestly,
syndrome?
I love it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I was like forgotten. Like, I have made myself known, remembered. You know, I'm the life of the party. I'm the one cracking the jokes.
Love.
I'm close with like the older and the younger, you know.
Have you always been the life of the party? Like, has that just been your role in the family all growing up?
I think so. Like, I feel like I've always been kind of like a sarcastic, like,
goofy,
we'll dish it out kind of person. So yeah, I feel like I know how to like lighten the mood or like
be fun.
Yeah.
When you were in high school, did you do any like sports or activities or things in that nature?
Yeah, I was a softball player. I loved softball. I still love softball. I wish I like have dreams about softball still.
Really?
Yeah.
What did
Mostly nightmares.
Did you want to play college?
I would have loved to. I went to a couple of UVU's like training camps, but just never. I don't know. Just never did.
Did you, when you were in high school, did you have like a career goal that you wanted that would require you going to college?
No.
No.
Growing up in Utah, I was like, I'm just going to be a mom. Like
that was the
thing.
That's
all I aspire to be because that's what
what you were taught
to do. Yeah. So I honestly like, I had like in third grade when it's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like a mom.
Which is a great thing to be.
You don't need to go to school for that.
But like, I don't need to go to college.
I went to UVU for 1 year. I did a lot of concurrent enrollment in like AP classes in high school. So I only had to do like 2 semesters of credits left in order to get my associates. And they were like, okay, well, what do you want to get your associates in? I'm like, Just
Marriage?
just give me the classes so I can have a certificate. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was literally just like generals of science. Like,
Okay.
I literally had no like big dreams,
No dreams.
aspirations. Yeah.
Were you artistic? Because obviously being a tattoo artist, you're an artist.
Yeah.
So did you always have that artistic bone to like
I think,
draw
yeah.
and stuff?
I feel like I was always someone who was like constantly creating, whether that was like cutting out things from magazines or like painting or pictures or like photography. My dad's an illustrator. He illustrates children's books.
Oh, no way.
And so like watching him literally like color for the roof over our head was, I feel like was always really inspiring. And like my little brother is a fantastic painter and photographer. My mom is like interior design extraordinaire. She like self-contracted and built their whole house that they live in now.
Okay.
Like I feel like it's just kind of.
So you all are very artistic.
Yeah.
But did you ever like play instruments? Because I feel like people who are artistic force their kids to like play an instrument. Did you play an instrument?
Piano and violin.
Okay.
Asked me to read sheet music now. Could not tell you.
A violin though, that's incredible. I actually wanted to play the viola just because some girl in my 3rd grade class did, and I was like, wait, that's so cool. And I remember watching, was it August Rush? Is that a movie?
Yeah, but that's guitar.
Is it guitar where he like slams it?
Yeah.
But like for some reason it like made me want to play the piano, not the piano, the violin. And I would like pretend, and my mom's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I just want to be artistic, but I literally couldn't read music to save my life.
Yeah.
So how long did you do that for?
I did piano like all throughout, I want to say like elementary to probably like junior high.
Okay.
And same with, I did violin, I think like my freshman year, like middle school freshman year. And then I was just like,
if I gave you a violin right now, could you like play nothing?
Absolutely not.
Nothing.
Am I allowed to swear on here?
Fuck, bitch, shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, absolutely not. But
okay. All right.
no.
Can't
it would be scary. Yeah.
Okay. So you go to UVU. You didn't know what you wanted to be because you just want to be a mom because that's all you were taught. So were you raised LDS? Is that why you say you were kind of taught that? Okay.
Yeah, very much so.
Very much so.
Very, yeah.
Okay. So did you do the whole get a missionary thing? Because you surprised me just barely and told me you've been married twice.
Yeah.
So let's hear about that first one, shall we?
Yeah. So I was very like devout. I was like seminary council in high school.
Shut up.
Like,
I didn't even graduate seminary. I said,
I was
this
like,
is my slopping period.
Yeah. Like Beehive, my maid Laurel class presidents.
Okay.
The whole 9 yards. My dad was my bishop in high school, so that was really fun.
Okay. No messing up in high school.
Yeah.
Well, just behind the closed doors secretly.
Luckily he couldn't tell my mom,
Oh my gosh, you had to tell your dad as a bishop and he still kept the rule and didn't tell your mom?
Yeah.
Good for your dad. Yeah. But like also,
I mean, maybe I don't think he did because I'm sure my mom would have said something to me.
What did you have to confess to your dad?
Just like making out.
Oh my gosh.
Frisky with boys.
Was that not the most awkward conversation of
So
your life?
Awkward. Well, because it was like, we're going to baptisms for the dead. Like, is everyone's recommends up to date? Yada, yada, yada. And I'm like,
you were guilty. You felt a guilty conscience, which is like a good thing. That's a good thing that you were like, I don't think I should be going in here without.
But it was very like, he knew that it was going to be like a traumatizing thing. And he was like, I don't need, like, we're not going into detail. I need like very minimal basic. And it was just like, my dad is awesome. Like he was like, I love you. You were human. Like it's going to happen.
It's okay.
You're going to be fine.
God loves you, bye.
Yeah.
I wonder if nowadays they have like a rule where it's like, okay, instead of talking to your father, you talk to someone else or something. I don't think anybody should talk to their bishop about anything personally. I'm like, a young child going to their bishop being like, hey, I got fingered. Like, can we not? Can we not do that?
Yeah.
I have a horrible experience with that. So I'm like, I can't imagine if it was my dad.
Yeah.
That's wild. Okay. So you grew up in a very devoted home.
Yeah. It was like, we can't play, like, it was no like TV on Sundays, no playing on Sundays, no shopping, restaurants Sundays. Like Sunday was Lord's Day. Monday night was family night. We weren't hanging out with friends Monday night. We always on time, every time to mutual, all 3 hours of church, everything.
3 hours. Remember when it was 3 hours?
So crazy.
Like we're pioneers.
We're the OGs.
We're full on OGs. Okay, so where did that first marriage come along then? When did you meet him?
So, I graduated high school. I got my first job at Target.
With the red shirt?
Yeah. and
Red
the
shirt.
khakis.
Yep, love it.
And he was like a security guy there.
Okay.
Back when they used to wear like a full like cop uniform.
Yeah.
So yeah, we met there. I was cute little 18-year-old Hannah. I was like, hey, yeah, now it's time to get married and have kids and
do the thing.
All I need to do is find someone who's like served a mission, and if he's like temple worthy, then yeah, like basically we're gonna live happily ever after. So
were you initially attracted to him when you saw him?
Yeah, he was cute.
Yeah.
But I mean, definitely not my type. Like,
okay.
After we got divorced, all my friends were like, oh my gosh, yeah, like he was like, we were so good. And I'm like, thanks guys. Thanks for that.
They were being supportive friends.
Yeah.
They were being supportive friends.
So we dated, I think it was, honestly, it kind of all feels like a dream. Like I don't even remember like details because it was so just quick and I was a baby. But I think we dated like 6-ish months.
Okay.
Got engaged. We're married like 6-ish months later. So I think it was like a year total that I had known him before we got married. And I like knew it from the minute we got engaged that I shouldn't be getting married to him. Like I was throwing up sick to my stomach on my wedding day.
Just anxiety.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And going through the temple to take out my endowments, like
that's a whole thing, especially when you're not like ready for it and it doesn't feel right to you, and it's like kind of eye-opening. It's like, wait, what?
I was like, okay, so now I understand why everyone thinks the Mormon church is cult.
This is kind of weird for me.
Getting cult.
Yeah.
So that like really, because I went through the temple I think like 2 or 3 days before we got sealed.
Yeah.
And so I was a wreck. But yeah, it was
because you were so young. You were 18.
So I was 19 at the time.
Okay.
I was
How old
like,
was he?
I think he was like 4 years older than me, I want to say.
Okay.
But I was like 5 days shy from turning 20.
Okay.
And so, but technically, yeah, I was still 19 when I got married.
And did your parents like him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things where like I like brought it up to them that we had talked about getting married, and they were just like, oh, like, are you sure? Like, that's great. Like, we're so
how old
happy
were they
happy.
when they got married?
Young.
Yeah.
I think my mom was 18.
Okay.
Which again, and I don't like hold anything against them. Like, it's kind of just one of those things where it's just so common here, and it's
almost like a growing pain. It's like you have to like go through it. Some people have to just do it.
So I don't know. I don't hold anything against them, but I wish there would have been more conversation. Like, no, you are so young.
Yeah.
You have so much, like, you have not lived outside of Utah County. Like, get out.
But do you
at least
think
like 20 minutes north. Like,
but do you think if they did do that, you would have like been annoyed and been like, it's not your life, shut up?
Probably.
Because that's what I would have done.
Probably. I definitely had like a rebellious, like anything my mom would tell me to do, I would do like the complete opposite.
So probably even if they did,
I probably wouldn't have
done
listened.
anything.
Right.
Did you tell them your concerns of like how anxious you were before the wedding, or did anybody know that you were feeling that way?
Not really.
No?
No, I kind of just like kept it all, because I was like, who calls off an engagement? Like, that's like, people are going to think that, you know.
Yep. It's scary.
I was so concerned about what everyone was going to say and think and do and like chat about. And now I'm like, chat it up. Talk about me. I don't care.
Bring it on.
Yeah. But yeah, it was rough. So we got married. We moved up. He was a student at the U.
Okay.
We moved into married student housing up there, and I ended up quitting. Well, I transferred to the Target up there, and then it was just terrible. So I ended up quitting and starting a job at a car dealership. And just the whole time I was like, this is not my life. Like, everything just felt so wrong, and just like nothing was in alignment. I was just like, what am I doing?
Were you guys fighting?
No, like it was like
almost like roommate-ish.
Yeah. And there was just like, there was so many icks that I was just like, oh, I'll just like,
I'll get over that.
Yeah. Like, so many icks.
Name one. I want one.
He's like a.
It's okay. Nobody knows. It's John Doe. John Doe.
His name is literally John.
Oh my gosh. Okay. His name is Jack Doe. Jack Doe.
Oh shit. Okay.
We love Jack. It's okay, Jack.
He was just like little. Like, I was like bigger than him.
Oh yeah, that's
it was kind of like one of those things where like if I broke my leg in the middle of the road, like he wouldn't.
You'd have to drag you.
Yeah.
Just pull you by your hair across the street. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Just not.
But like,
not
I guess that's like a physical thing. There was a lot of just like personality things where I was just like I was like embarrassed to introduce him to people, and like
was he still a Target security guard? Was that not an ick?
No. Oh, it was. He was like all high and mighty in his like
with his
getup.
zapper.
Yeah.
Don't shoplift or you're getting zapped.
Yeah.
What do you have to do to become one of those people anyways?
Dude, like nothing.
You just get to put on the vest and get power hungry?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now it's like they don't even wear like the cop stuff. Like they're
not
like,
even trying to hide the fact that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, but yeah, I finally was just like, I can't do this. Like,
how long were you guys together at that point? Married?
We separated at like 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was just like, I think you're a great person. I just don't love you. Like, I'm so young. We're so young. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this was just crazy. Like, I was like just ticking boxes that the church had given me, and this is not what I want, and I can't do this. And then he like went and told my bishop, literally like called our bishop like 3 minutes later. He was like, Hannah just told me she doesn't love me anymore. And our bishop's wife was a marriage counselor, so we had to go meet with her. And I was like, no, I don't think you get it. Like
I don't love him. Like, this isn't it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt this way for a very long time.
Yeah. Like, I was literally throwing up on my wedding day.
Yeah.
So just, yeah. So then.
So he wanted to work it out.
Oh, yeah. He would like show up at my work and just like, because he didn't work. He was just a student at this time. So he would come sit at my work and just like watch me work.
At the dealership?
Yeah. We had like a little cafe in our dealership. Like, you know, when you go get car service, there's like coffee and popcorn and soda.
Yeah.
We basically, like, I had a glorified one of those. So, like, someone was working in, like, I would make you a latte while you were getting your car service, whatever.
Ooh, what kind of dealership was this? Land Rover?
Mark Miller Subaru.
Mark Miller Subaru, baby.
Shout out. So yeah, he would just come sit in like the service bay
and just hang.
Yeah, just watch me. And like I would come home from work and he would just be like sitting in the dark. Just like so depressed, I guess. I don't know.
How long did you guys live together after you were separated?
So his brother and sister-in-law lived in the same apartment complex as us. So he went and moved in with them. His dad was a lawyer, and so he then like filed paperwork, like lickety split.
Yeah.
And so then he like showed up to my work one day and had me like sign something, and I was like, oh, okay, that was easy. And
did you guys have to like split up finances? Did you have anything like that?
No. I mean, we were paying like $500 in rent, and like the car was in both of our names, and he like signed the car over to me. He like took all of his stuff.
Okay. I'm shocked you didn't like get pregnant and have kids, because that's kind of that's kind of like the trajectory that you go on, you know, when you get married young, whether you're Mormon or Christian or any religion. It's, you know, once you get married, you start that next chapter of creating a family.
Yeah.
So like, did you guys talk about that? About starting a family?
It was like he was just starting school, and so it was like he's got a ways to go. So like let's just wait and kind of get through the first couple of years. But yeah, bless up. We did not,
because that would have been really hard.
Yeah.
Really. Do you think you still would have like been like, bye? You think because I feel like you're pretty ballsy. I could see you still doing it.
Yeah. I feel like it definitely would have been harder, but for sure, like once I was like, hey, I just couldn't like function more. It's like I need out of like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I probably would have.
How soon till you met your current husband?
So I had already known him.
Okay.
At the time, because he was at the dealership. He worked at the dealership.
Okay. So here comes the question everyone wants to know. Were you flirty with him while you were married?
No. Okay. I mean, he was definitely.
He was flirty. Did you?
Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm on my third coffee of the day. Like
keeps coming over to get a coffee, and you're like, hey, stop.
Yeah.
But do you think like seeing him not be icky made you realize how icky your current husband was, or do you think he had nothing to do with that? Sorry to interrupt, but I need to let you know about one of my favorite sponsors, Spearmint Love. Spearmint Love isn't just another baby boutique, it's a trusted name in the baby space. Known for its own Spearmint Love brand and huge selection of high quality baby essentials and holiday collections, aka Halloween's coming up. But they also have fast shipping from their Arizona headquarters. Spearmint Love delivers the best for your little ones. And like I said before, Halloween is coming up, and the Spearmint Love Halloween shop is to die for. From their aesthetic and high quality organic cotton waffle line to fun designs in super soft viscose made from bamboo line of zip rompers, hoodies, tutus, and two-piece sets, there's a print and style for every little one. Matching prints and coordinating colors for siblings from size newborn to 6 years old. Whether you're dressing a little brother or a big sister, the Halloween collection truly has a style that will keep everybody looking festive. As you know, love a theme. So having to get outfits for all 3 kids from one store is like heaven sent. There's so many cute and unique options for the baby's first Halloween. So obviously go ham, but it's just nice to have options for not just babies. So I can get something for Bentley, Brooks, and Banks. Slay. Go to their website, ordering coming home outfits from the hospital or a birth announcement photo outfit. Everything is so cute and so soft. The prints are unique, like I said, and photogenic, and the aesthetic is amazing. So head on over to experimentlove.com and use code WEEKLYTRASH at checkout for 25% off your order. That's experimentlove.com, code WEEKLYTRASH for, yes, 25% off. Have fun and go get yourself some Halloween goodies for those kiddos. And thanks, Spearmint Love, for sponsoring today's episode.
I don't think he had anything to do with, like, I for sure was like, oh, like, he's an attractive guy and like he's like fun, and like I kind of became there was like a friend group from the dealership that would all hang out and stuff, and so it was like he was fun to be around, and like,
but you never were like trying to pursue anything.
No,
it was like, oh, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah. And I actually set him up with my sister on a date.
Did they kiss?
No.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine?
Yeah, no, because I was like, he's a really great guy. Like,
yeah,
he's super handsome. Like, and my sister had come into the dealership one day, and he was like, you didn't tell me you had a sister. And so then they literally went out on a date. Like, I had no, like, there was no intention there.
No, that's actually crazy that you married him.
Yeah.
And your sister dated him first.
Yeah. They just went on one date.
Praise the Lord, they didn't kiss. Like, that would have been weird. Okay, so you get divorced. How did he like approach you and be like, yo, let's go for real coffee?
So
or like, what happened?
He's been divorced as well. So
okay.
I'm his second marriage as well. So
that's
we kind of just like bonded over that, I guess. He like, it got like, word got around that I was getting divorced, whatever. And I think he definitely took it as his like opportunity to be like, hey, I've been divorced too. Yeah. Like, I feel you.
Like, let's trauma bond.
Yeah. But it definitely was nice to be able to like talk to someone about it.
For sure.
Even though it wasn't like, I don't know. Because like I said, I didn't really tell anyone that I was having second thoughts. Yeah. Like, when I decided that I needed to get out, like, I hadn't really told anyone. Like, I wasn't,
no friends or anything?
Not really. Yeah. I just, like, it just kind of all happened so fast. I was just like, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah.
Let's be done. And so it was nice to kind of talk to someone who maybe didn't like really know me as like a past me, and be able to just like talk about like what I was feeling and going through, without any of that like prior history or knowledge of like who I was, because a lot of that played into like getting divorced. I'm like, I'm getting divorced at 19. Like, this is not something, well, it is something you do now.
Yeah, but it's a normal thing here, but it's not something you want to do.
Right. Yeah. And so again, I was just worried about all the things. So it was nice to have someone who was like judgment free of anything. It was just like, hey, it's like, life goes on. Like, you're going to be fine.
Did you feel pretty open to getting married again? Or did you have to get kind of like talked into it a little bit? Like, marriage is fun.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I had to get talked into it, but I wasn't like gung ho.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, there was some, and I still like, there was still, even though it was kind of cut clean and dry really quick with my ex, like, there was definitely still some feelings there, and feeling of like, I feel like I really hurt this person, and like, this is not what we had pictured life was going to be. And a lot of just having to like undo like narratives and rewrite things that I, just didn't picture that's how my life was going to be. And so there was a lot of still like sadness around it. But yeah.
But you ultimately decided to get married again.
Yeah.
And how soon after your divorce did you guys get married?
I think it was like a year and a half.
Okay.
Almost 2 years.
So you were like 21, 22?
Mm-hmm.
And how'd your parents feel about this marriage? Because I'm assuming it wasn't an LDS marriage.
Mm-mm. Oh, my mom hated him.
Okay.
Literally,
Does she still hate him?
She's an angel on earth. She's the kindest person. She hated him.
Hated or hates?
Hated.
Okay.
Past
okay.
tense. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're good now.
Good. Okay, good.
But yeah, she just was so worried about me and just wanted someone to blame for everything. I was getting divorced. I was
Leaving the church, it
leaving.
sounds like.
Yeah, I was getting tattoos. I was doing all these things, and she kind of wanted like that blame to be aimed at someone
And not
that
you.
wasn't me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of like, well, did you and John read your scriptures together? And like, I'm like, that's not gonna.
You're like,
make a
this
difference.
doesn't really matter.
So it was like a lot of that.
Gotcha.
And then I kind of like started living with my now husband, Lewis. Because I got kicked out of my apartment.
Wait, why?
What
What were you doing? You're like, I was selling crack.
Yeah. So the apartment that I was living in with my ex was married student housing. So you had to be married and like one of you had to be a student.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he moved out, he went and told like the whatever place that I was living there by myself.
And they're like, get
so
out.
I came home to like a notice on my door. So, but I was working like downtown Salt Lake and living downtown Salt Lake. And then the only place I really had to go was back to Provo. And so I was kind of like staying with Lewis like a couple nights out of the week. And so, yeah, it was not great in my mom's eyes.
She's like, you're living together.
Yeah. So, she wanted someone to blame. She eventually came around and like apologized to me and was just like, hey, I'm sorry that I like, which is big for her. Like it was a big thing. It was really nice to be able to like hear that from her. And like the intention was there to like just protect me and want the best for me, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, all good now.
All good now. And you have 2 kids?
2 kids. Yep.
How old? Remind me again.
Brooks is 6 and Hallie is 4.
That's the same age gap as my Brooks and Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
Did you want kids right away? How soon did you guys start trying for kids?
We knew we wanted kids, but we didn't. It was kind of one of those things where like we want kids, but I don't think we'll ever be like ready. So like we can start trying, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we had kids. So we got married in 2016.
Same.
Aww. And I had Brooks in March of 2018.
Okay.
So
like 2 years, but you got pregnant like a year or more after.
Yeah.
Did motherhood come pretty naturally to you?
Yeah, I think so. It definitely was. It's one of those things where like you hear your whole life, like it's so hard. It's the hardest thing you've ever done. And you're like, okay, I know how like, how to
thanks.
like make a bottle, and I know how to change a diaper, but it literally is so hard. And so like I think that was a little bit of like a shock at first, but yeah, I think the instincts kicked right in, and it was good.
Because you kind of wanted to be a mom your whole life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And do you think that was because how you raised her? Like you truly did want to be a mom in a part of you?
I think a lot of it had to do with how I was raised, but also just I love kids. Like I was always like the girl that was at the family gatherings, like holding the like I was hogging the babies.
Me too.
I was the babysitter on the call list for the whole ward.
Yep.
Like I just love babies, and even now, like my sister just had her first baby. She'll be 1 next month, and anytime we're at a family gathering, I'm like, you're mine for the next 2 hours.
You know, I need my sister to like get a boyfriend, get married, and have babies because I don't want to have another baby.
Right.
But if she doesn't if she doesn't have one soon, I'm gonna get pregnant. Okay. So like somebody date my sister. If any straight men are listening, which I really doubt it, hit me up. Yeah. Okay, so you become a mom. When did tattoos come into play in your life?
So after I had got divorced, I had always really been intrigued with tattoos. Okay. I guess I'll say. In like high school, like I always thought they were so fascinating, especially with like my brother and my dad's artistic background. Like I always thought it would be so cool to get like a piece of their art tattooed if like they had like died in a car crash or something, you know,
something horrific, because it has to have a meaning.
Right.
Can't just get one.
Yeah. So I had always thought that I would want one. That was actually something that I said to my ex. I was like, I think it'd be so cool to get a tattoo, and he looked at me like I said that it would be cool to go murder someone. like
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was like he was so just taken back by it. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, right after that's the first thing I did. I was like, okay, tie me up. Let's go.
And you got a big one for your first one. Was it the one on your arm? Because I asked you that when I first met you, and you said it was that one. I'm like, that's like balls to the walls. Like, I'm not getting a teeny little heart. I'm getting full on my whole
fine
arm.
line wasn't really a thing like 9 years ago.
It's true.
Almost 10 years ago. Yeah.
Where did you go to get that? Today's episode is brought to you by Anew Therapy. Anew is a mental health clinic in Sandy that specializes in ketamine. Ketamine therapy is a breakthrough treatment for those suffering from severe anxiety, depression, and PTSD, among other things. Treatments are administered in a safe and controlled environment by their team of experienced healthcare professionals. Unlike traditional medications, ketamine works quickly. On average, 80% of Anew therapy patients have reduced their depression and anxiety scores by half or more by their last treatment. I am proof of that. Most of you know this if you're an avid listener, but I completed 6 sessions of ketamine at Anew in the end of July. I have struggled with depression and anxiety my entire life and have been medicated since I was 13. So ketamine was a huge thing for my mental health journey. But one of my biggest takeaways I took from my sessions at Anew is just how important the setting is. You have to feel calm, relaxed, comfortable, but most importantly, safe. They do such a good job at creating a peaceful, zen, sacred space for you to really get the most out of your ketamine sessions. I don't think ketamine is for everyone, but I do think if you're interested in ketamine, Anew is the best place to do it. So if you're interested or have questions, visit anewtherapyutah.com, ANEWTHERAPYUTAH.com to book your free consultation today. Totally free, no obligation. And if you find that ketamine therapy is right for you, you can use code JOSIE75 to receive $75 off your first treatment. And thanks again, Anew, for sponsoring today's episode and changing my life.
Yellow rose tattoo.
Okay.
It was at their old location though. They have a new one now. But anyway, so my husband, when we were dating at the time, Lewis, he had just gotten a full. He had his ex-wife's name on his ribs.
Oh yeah,
and
that
so
ain't fun.
He just got he had gotten a full like koi fish, like from his armpit down to his hip, covered it.
That's a big ass signature. A name? He had her name that big?
Yeah, it was like sideways and in like kind of like a cursive-y flowy thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Calligraphy looking. Okay.
It was one of those. She's like, "You wouldn't do it," and he's like, "Watch me, bitch."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, well, I have a guy like." Because I had no idea, no information on tattoos. And so I was like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to look. He's like, well, you can just go to my guy. Like, I'll set you up an appointment. So I got that one. He got one on his chest.
And did you love it at first? Were you like, was there any anxiety getting it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
it's your first tattoo.
Yeah. And with now, obviously, I know because I'm in the industry, but like the difference between like a traditional tattoo artist and like a fine line tattoo artist is so different. And so I brought in a little like Pinterest like fine line script that I was like, okay, like 2.5 inches max. And then he comes out and he like wrote it in his own handwriting of this thing, and I was like, oh.
And you just said yes.
I was like, well,
I'm already here.
Yeah. He was like, this is the smallest I'll go. And I was like, well, I don't really, because I was gonna get it on my left arm. And I was like, well, I don't really like how this like the BELLE Bella word is written. And he's like, okay, well maybe choose a different quote. And I was like, okay. So I like I was like, well, I'll put it on this arm, that way that word is closer to my armpit so you don't really see it often. You know, I was still thinking.
Yeah you're using your artistic brain here. Like, how can I make this tattoo that I don't know if I actually want this, but we'll do it anyways how I want it. So
She's there. She's cute.
No, she's cute, but
she's my full length of the bicep.
Yeah, like
when
for
I
those
wanted
who
just,
are on
like,
podcast,
little baby.
Yeah, because when I got my first tattoo, I got it on my ribs, and it's my biggest tattoo actually. And I always find it funny that my biggest tattoo was my first one. I was so naive. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, yeah. And I let the guy pick what was going on my body. I went to the cathedral and I said, oh yeah, I don't care. Just like a flower or something. What is wrong with me? I don't freaking know. I don't even know. So when I saw that yours was big, I was like, okay, so I'm not like totally crazy.
Oh yeah. No, you're not the only one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So that was your first one.
Yeah. First one. And then my husband was like, oh, you're going to be addicted. So you should just make an appointment right now while we're still here for your second one. And I was like, okay. So then I did. And then I got these mountains on my forearm, this is like, if I had to remove one, it would be this one.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
It's just like so thick and just, it's not very like artistic. Yeah. It's just kind of like,
well, it doesn't look like
lines.
something you would do yourself.
Yeah. So I've been trying to like do stuff around it to kind of like camouflage her in, but it's still not really doing it for me. So
do you even know how many tattoos you have now?
Well, since I just did my whole entire back and that has a few pieces on it, I don't know, but over 30 for sure.
So what did your parents think when you started getting tattoos? And were you doing like the typical thing where when somebody leaves the church, they're like, okay, now I'm getting tattoos, I'm drinking, I'm smoking, I'm doing everything. Fuck everybody. Yeah. Like, did you do that? Was that your route?
Kind of. I've always had like a little like rebellious in me.
Okay.
I definitely, I got a few tattoos. I hid them for a minute and then it was like shocking. Like it was like divorce tattoos. Like
people were probably like, she's having
my mom was going to have a heart attack. Yeah. They're still not her favorite, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I'm doing this for a living and I'm happy and I've had so many opportunities and cool things with it. She's accepted it. Like, I don't think she'll ever like fully 100% support what I'm doing. Yeah. But it is more so of like she'll ask me about it now.
Would she ever get one?
No.
You should just drug her and just put your initials on her.
I asked her, I was like, okay, I'm going to get tattoos for everyone in the family. What do you want yours to be? And she's like, you can remove one for me.
No, that's literally what my mom would say. That's like literally what my mom would say.
Like she had like, when I got my first like 4 or 5, she was like, if you ever want any removed, I'll pay for it. Like just like, so funny.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks.
Yeah.
So when were you like, hey, well, I think I want to give tattoos. Like I want to do this. I don't just want to get them. I want to give them.
So once I had Hallie, my second, I was feeling very like, okay, I've been doing the mom thing. I love my kids, but like, I just like yearn for more. Like I feel like there's more out there for me. And I want to be more than just a mom. Like
you want a creative outlet where you can do something.
Yeah. I was like, if I have to mop my floor for the 16th time today.
Oh girl.
Yeah. So, I kind of just had like in the back of my mind that I like wanted to find something that was for me, that was going to be a creative outlet, that I could still be a mom and still do my own thing.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just like go get a job doing whatever
at the dealership.
Yeah. I didn't want just like something. You didn't want to be making people coffee at the dealership. No. So I just decided to like keep that in the back of my mind. And after I had Hallie, I scheduled a few tattoos because you can't get tattooed when you're pregnant. Yeah. And so I had like a list going of what I wanted. So I had went and gotten tattooed, and I kind of just started talking to the artists that were tattooing me. And I like something like literally lit inside of me that I was like, this is what I need to be doing. Like it sounds so fucking cliche and like cheesy, but I felt so called to it. Like,
no, I
was
get it.
Just like everything just finally like,
it makes sense. Yeah.
Like just like lined up. And I was just like, no, this is it. Like this. And I am not one to really just jump into like something like that.
Kind of overthink it a little.
Yeah. And so there was a couple of girls that were doing like these tattoo classes, and I was like, I'm signing up. My husband's like, you think people are gonna want you to tattoo them? And I was like, yeah, bitch. We gonna find out.
Yeah.
So yeah, literally just like did a little like
Classes?
3-day course, which I don't recommend.
Okay, what would you
Either way.
recommend?
I would recommend finding like a mentor.
Apprenticeship?
Yeah.
Do you offer that?
I don't.
Well, you should.
I I would love to, but I just don't feel like I have the like time to be able. It's such a craft and such like a meticulous and tedious craft that like I don't feel like I have the like time,
The bandwidth to do it.
to like give someone the energy that they need in order to succeed in it. And that's why I feel like the classes are kind of just like a ripoff, because it's like, hey, come in, here's your machine, here's the ink, here's how you put your cartridge in, and here you go. And I'm like, no, this is something that needs to be like carefully like this is like a little baby bird. Like you can't like, this isn't just like a welcome to my donut shop, here's a donut, see ya, good luck. Like, I don't know, it was
Well, do you feel like to be a tattoo artist, you have to be talented in it? I don't think it's something you can just learn. I feel like you kind of have to be born with like an artistic eye. Or do you think you could learn it?
I feel like you can learn it, but for sure like an artistic eye is needed. Like you can tell when people are not. Like it's very apparent. I feel like with anything, like with dance, with singing, like you can take singing lessons, but if you don't have a voice, like you know. True. So I feel like it's one of those things where there definitely has to be some part of you that's born with that something, that like bone in there. But I think you can definitely learn and grow and keep learning. Like I feel like I'm still learning like every day with every tattoo I do. So yeah, I still like, there's definitely room for learning and growing, but to be able to have that artistic eye to not only like create a piece of original art, because there's a lot of art out there that's not original, and it's scary and sad, but then to also be able to like make it be on someone's body in a way that's complementing their body, complementing what other art pieces they have, and being able to like complete a vision of that. You have to also be like, that's another art aspect, and like being able to piece kind of stuff like that together, let alone like the actual drawing part. So
for sure, it's a lot. Well, I just like look at yours and I'm like, the way you have them set up just looks like so perfect. When you get your tattoos, are you planning like in advance? Okay, but I also I want something that's circular here next, or something that's more scripted here. Like, are you just kind of like YOLO, let's go everywhere?
I think when I first started doing mine, I wasn't super intentional with it. The more you get, the more like you can tell with those open spaces, like, you know, it kind of limits to what you can do. But with clients, like if they're coming to me like pretty bare armed and they're like, well, I eventually want this like filled up, like help me. I'm like, well, let's consider like, do you have like a bigger piece in mind? Because we need to save like this patch of real estate for something bigger, like something's gonna flow better here. If you want something that's more like a shape, a structured, something that's square, that has straight lines, you want to go somewhere that's not going to be twisty turny, and you're going to have a crooked line when your arm is in a different position. So I definitely try and help clients out with like planning future things, if they know for sure that they want future things, just so that they're not, you know, putting something so small here and then it takes up basically the whole real estate for a whole forearm. So I think now mine are a little bit more like planned out and like intentional as far as placement, but when you like start off with such a blank canvas,
that's the thing, it's hard to have a kind of a vision, unless it's hard not to want to just copy what someone else has, because you know it looks good. Like when I go on Pinterest and I'm like scrolling inspo and I'm like, well, that looks really freaking good, I just want to do exactly what she did. But I'm like, I want to be individual, I want to be cool and creative and like one of a kind, but also I just want it to look good. So, okay, but I kind of fast forwarded with that question. You did the courses, and then what happened next? When did you like start the business? When did you come up with the name? How did you come up with the name?
So the name, as soon as I signed up for the course, I wanted to like hold my Instagram handle, all the things. A lot of people in the service industry, like hair, nails, whatever, like, this is no shade to them. Like, it's like their name and then nails. Like, Haley does hair. Haley's hair salon. And so it's like, I wanted something that didn't have my name on it. That was like my first thing. I was like, okay, I'm not doing Hannah anything. I don't like, this is me and my business. This is kind of where my train of thought took me, was like, this is me and my business, but I wouldn't have a business if I don't have like another half. Like I have to have that other half in order to have a business. So it was like me and my business, but I also need you. So it's like me and you. Getting a tattoo.
Wait, I
and
love
it, like,
that.
has a little ring to it, you know?
No.
And you tattoo.
Okay, wait. I love that. I wouldn't even like put two and two together until you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing.
And then I kind of also had like branding in the back of my mind, and I love like an ampersand, or like kind of how I do my little, how I write my ands has kind of become my little logo.
Yeah.
And so it was like an opportunity for like a branding moment. I was like, no one wants Hannah's tattoos on a fucking sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, but no one does. And
no one wants Hannah merch?
Yeah.
Weird.
And so like it's been fun to like make merch where it's like and you tattoo, or I've kind of like made like little quotes with and you.
Yeah.
Like I did a shirt that said and you are essential to the balance of the universe, like
love.
And you have always been enough, like just kind of, you know, I've been able to throw it in a lot of things.
It's genius.
So yeah, thank you.
I love that. That's very impressive.
Thanks.
And it also shows that it was just like meant to be. Like when things start to click like that and the branding and the ideas just start flowing, you're like, if I don't do this, I'm an idiot.
Right.
Like I gotta go for it.
Yeah.
So how soon until you started like taking a lot of clients, and how did you start taking clients? Because how do you promote yourself when you're a brand new artist?
So part of the class was we were tattooing someone like the last day of it, which again is absolutely bonkers. That like 2 days in, she's like, oh yeah, you got this.
Yeah.
Here's this person.
Go put it permanently on them forever.
Luckily my husband was like, okay. And I was like, okay, you're going to love me no matter what. It's going to be good. We're going to be fine.
And I'll love you no matter what. Like if I mess up, like it's okay because you're married to me and I love you. So it's fine.
It's going to be good. So I tattooed our kids' names on like the backs of his elbows.
Okay.
Not to toot my own horn, but they honestly turned out really great.
Yeah, you're a natural.
So yeah, once it was like a drug. As soon as like that needle hit the skin and I like was wiping, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Like
baddie.
Yeah.
No, it's badass.
Yeah, just started posting. So I tattooed him, and then I tattooed one of my friends. Shout out Whitney again, sweet angel baby, was just like, yeah, you can do it.
Whatever.
And I was like, oh, I love you. I've tattooed her a lot since then, and she's been like literally there from day one. So shout out Wet.
Love her.
But so yeah, I tattooed something like on her, a little snake on her wrist. Wasn't as good as the names.
You know, it's okay.
Count them all.
Because like, how do you practice tattooing though? Like, can you buy like a fake human hand?
So there's like
silicone.
Silicone practice pads, but you can buy like silicone, like, you know, like the nail things.
Yeah.
You can tattoo like those.
Okay. Today's episode is also brought to you by Collective Beauty Lounge. Collective Beauty Lounge in Nampa, Idaho has 7 hairstylists that specialize in color, extensions, formula, and bridal hair. Their nail tech does luminary nails, and they are beyond incredible. I may or may not have screenshotted some of her nails to give inspo to my nail girl here in Utah. Their nurse does Botox, filler, threads, chemical peels, microneedling, vitamin injections, and IV therapies. The owner, Natalie, has been in the industry, cosmetology, master aesthetics, for over 20 years. She opened Collective Beauty Lounge 2 years ago after she had her own home studio for 11 years. She's been trained in our favorite Jay-Z styles for hair extensions and trained with Pierced by Mac for ear piercing. They are offering trashers in Nampa, Idaho, $25 off a service when you mention Weekly Trash. So head over to Collective Beauty Lounge on Instagram and click the link in the bio to book. Take advantage of this deal while you can, and thank you, Collective Beauty Lounge, for sponsoring today's episode.
So we practiced on pigskin in my class.
Okay.
It was gnarly.
How do you even get that?
Literally from like Rancho Market.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be like the dark web. Like, no, you just go to the market. Hey guys, can I get some of that pigskin?
Yeah.
2 pounds, please.
Yeah. So yeah, I just started posting the ones that I did on my husband and then on my friend. And then I started posting like flash designs. I did a flash I think probably like the week of my class. And
What
then
year was this when you started?
I started January of 21.
Okay.
And then also 2 days later, I tattooed my fingers because I thought that was going to be a good idea.
Was it not? Because I love them.
Oh, they're cute. They could be
cute.
cuter. Posted that, and then I did start running ads on my first few posts.
Okay.
And then that really just got the ball rolling. Then I just started working out of the girl that trained me. I started working out of her studio. I was just taking a couple clients a week.
Yeah.
And yeah, just kind of kept promoting my posts for the first, I would say probably like month. And then after that, I literally didn't have to. Like, it was just like there was enough.
That's amazing.
Traction. I feel like in 2021, Instagram was still like you could still grow.
Yeah, it was still Instagram. Yeah. It wasn't Ad Central.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, luckily I was able to just get traction from people seeing my stuff, referrals. And then it's been
a ride.
It's been a ride.
You've gotten to tattoo some amazing people, some celebrities. Like, what does that feel like knowing that your artwork is on someone forever?
Dude, it's crazy.
Like that's insane.
It's crazy. And like, yeah, I feel like it's like out of body experiences.
Yeah.
Because I've tattooed, like, there's like 3 that really stick out with like.
Share them. Can you?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's not like what's it called? HIPAA?
Inside like an NDA.
NDA? Can't say.
Did I unplug something?
No, it's still going.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, so the first one I tattooed, which is probably honestly my favorite, it just meant so much to me.
Yeah.
I got to tattoo Ian Munsick.
Yep.
I am a country girl.
Country girl.
It runs through my veins. Like,
Yeah.
country music is just like one of those things that just gets me going.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. And I had went to the Morgan Wallen concert in 2022, and he opened for Morgan. And I was like, okay, Ian, love the music.
You're talented.
Yeah. And then he had this song called Long Live Cowgirls that I just related to so deeply. That same year I had a miscarriage. And so I feel like that song kind of like found me right when I was going through like all of that.
Yeah.
And there's a line in the song that says, she's tough as December. And I'm a December baby. And I was going through all that shit in December.
Yeah.
And so it was all just very like I was like holding on to that song for dear life.
Yeah.
And it just meant a lot to me. And I know that sounds stupid, whatever.
No, it does
but
not.
It just meant a lot to me. And then, okay, this is like a long story.
No, we
I'm
love long
so sorry.
stories. You're on a podcast. Please keep talking.
So I met my now best friend at that Morgan concert.
Okay. Just a random stranger.
Kind of. So her boyfriend at the time is Morgan's guitar player.
Okay. Is he still?
Yes. But they're not dating anymore.
They're not dating anymore.
Okay.
Dang.
I know.
Shoot.
So she was in town for the show.
Yeah.
And was like, I have some time to kill. Maybe I'll go get a tattoo. So she just like searched up, found me on Instagram, messaged me and was like, hey, I'm here for the Morgan show. Can you tattoo me? And I was like, I am in line, already drunk. You don't want a tattoo for me right now, I promise. This
would be sketch.
But let's say hi. And she's like, okay, let me know when you're like down in the pit. I'll come say hi to you. Da, da, da. So we like literally chatted for 20 minutes. Best friends today.
I love that.
Best friends. So she was like, come out to Nashville. And I was like, you don't have to ask me twice. Like,
yeah.
I will be there.
Is that who you were just with Nashville the last time you were there? Okay.
Yeah. So Morgan concert was in August. I go through like miscarriage and stuff. November, December. February, I go out to Nashville. I stay with Kirsten. Again, strangers. I stay with her for like a week.
Strangers, but soul sisters.
Yeah, I stay with her for like a week. We were both like, is this... you're not going to kill
strange?
me, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're okay.
We don't know each other.
Yeah. While I'm out there, I need my hair done because she's a photographer. We're doing pictures and my money piece is looking not so money.
Yeah.
So she's like,
It's looking like a piece of shit. It's not looking like a funny piece.
Yeah. She's like, I've got a guy. He'll come over, touch it up. He probably will want a tattoo for me. And I was like, sick. We'll do a little tradesy.
Yeah.
So Tyler comes, does my hair at her house. I had to give him a tattoo. We're besties. He is
obviously
amazing. He's so good at hair. He is the life of the party. Everyone wants to be around him.
Shout out Tyler.
Fantastic. He does Ian Munsick's hair and his wife Caroline. Ian's wife Caroline. So fast forward, Ian comes to play Country Fan Fest that summer. And I said, Tyler, I'm gonna need a solid.
I just have my one favorite card. Yeah. I would like to cash it, please.
So yeah, I ended up tattooing Ian and his wife backstage at Country Fan Fest. And it was like my love for country music, my love for Ian. Ian and Caroline were the most kind, genuine people.
Yeah.
That like they didn't owe me anything.
They did it because
they
wanted to.
They did all of the things. They're like, here's backstage pass. You can go get some food. Like, come stand side stage during Ian's set. And I was like,
pinch. Am I awake? What's going on?
And then I had Ian write out "She's Tough as December" in his handwriting, and then I got it tattooed.
Because I was gonna say you have that on your body, and I didn't know if that was before or after. Okay, that's so
he was
freaking
like,
cool.
Are you sure? And I was like, I know it's weird.
No, that's not weird. It's not weird.
So it was like, and then we got to watch the set from side stage, and when he sang that line, he like looked over at me, like nodded, and
you're like, I'm melting.
Yeah. So it was just all around like. It just like meant so much to me, and I don't think anyone will ever realize how much it means to me, but it was just so cool. And it was kind of one of those moments where like I was thinking back, like, how did I get here? And it was getting divorced, it was going through that, it was finding myself by like leaving the church and kind of doing all the others, like it was just kind of like one of those, like,
it all happened for a reason.
Yeah.
And like you followed your intuition and did like what felt right for you, and now like here you are.
Yeah.
No, like, it's very cool.
I did that.
You did that.
So it was a cool moment. But I also got to tattoo another musician that was one of my favorites, JP Sax.
Yes.
That was again really cool. Like, I have just loved his music for so long, and so then I was like in front of him, and I was like, "Can you just like sing
like
this
song?
Like,
do something?" Can we just like, can I like voice memo like you singing to me?
I literally have 2 tattoos of his like lyrics, and I like showed him, and I was like, "You probably think I'm such a freak,
such a fan girl." Like a friggin' Justin Bieber believer going up to Justin being like, "Look, I have one less lonely girl tattooed on me."
Yeah, so it was a moment, and then I got to tattoo the girls that were
on the Beyonce album. So freaking
that was another
cool.
like kismet thing. I was literally going out to Nashville the weekend that they asked me to come out there
because it was CMT Awards, right?
Yeah. Well, but CMTs were in Texas, I think.
Okay.
So I had to fly in, like, I literally got there at like 11 o'clock at night, tattooed till like 2 a.m. because some of them were leaving to the CMTs. Got them tattooed, and then they were all on the red carpet that weekend
with their tattoos.
Like, this is our tattoos, and I was like,
because the tattoos represented the album,
the Blackbird song, yeah,
which is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like, where do you go from, like, what other big goals do you have for yourself? Because like those are huge, like check off the list, like bucket list dream goals. Like, it can only get better and bigger. Like, what do you got up your sleeve that you're like manifesting?
I would love to have my own studio.
Yeah.
Right now I work in a studio that's more of like an aesthetics based thing.
Yeah.
And it's really like cute and vibey. I would love to work in like a solely tattoo studio.
Yeah.
There's something about being around other artists and being able to like vibe off to them and learn from them and create with them and be inspired by them.
Yeah.
And so I would love to kind of be able to hold that environment for other artists. So
that's easy. You're going to do that. That's happening.
And then I think just goals as far as like my art, like being able to do like more bigger, better things with my art.
Yeah.
So
do you, when you have free time, are you just sketching? Like, what do you do when you're not being a mom, being a tattoo artist? Like, what hobbies do you have?
I can't hear you in here anymore. Is that bad?
Oh, you can't? That's weird. You can't?
Mm-mm.
Can you hear it now?
Mm-mm. Oh, I can hear now. Yeah.
Can you hear it?
It just went off.
You can hear. What? Hey, Carly, can you grab those headphones that are? I think they're. Can you hear it now?
No. Oh yeah.
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 You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to cut all that time out. That was at 52 minutes. Okay, what hobbies do you have when you're not a mom and you're not doing tattoos? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm like scared now. I'm like, can you hear me?
Literally just, I don't even know. I like to read. I've been reading a lot lately.
You're a reader.
Workout. I have a little like gym in my basement.
Nice.
Get
your fitness on.
Yeah, girl.
But like, you love to shop. Let's talk your fashion. Let's talk your style. Like, would people who knew you in high school and even like family members, are they surprised to see who Hannah is right now?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure it was a shock like when I like was starting tattoos. I don't know. As far as like social media and like fashion stuff, I don't yeah, they probably were surprised. I feel like I've always wanted to be someone with like kind of like that personality where like I like to share. I'm an oversharer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would be surprised, but it's fun. I'm like, you can keep up with me. Here's what I'm doing with my life.
Here's what I'm doing. Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for letting me dumpster deep dive you.
Absolutely.
But now we need to do Trash Topic Can. You got to pick a topic out of that little trash can. I just added some new ones. They might be lame, but one of them's spicy, so maybe you'll get the spicy one, which I kind of hope you do, because then like,
it's giving spicy vibes. It's giving spicy vibes.
And if you can't read my handwriting, apologies.
Worst habit?
What's your worst habit? I have an old worst habit, but I don't do it anymore. I used to bite my nails, like to the
studs?
My studs, they'd bleed. And then I went to my new nail girl. Shout out Courtney. She does Luminary, and I stopped biting my nails.
Yeah,
this is my real nails, baby.
Yeah,
real nails. But I used to bite them to the freaking studs.
Dang,
it was bad.
That's ouchies.
Now my bad habit is scrolling TikTok.
I think that's literally my only thing I could say. Scrolling.
Like, I need to stop.
Yeah,
it's bad for me. Get off.
It's hard because it's like work revolves around social media.
So like that's kind of
my husband's just like, put your phone down. I'm like,
I'm getting my creative juice.
I've got it. This is my info. This is my. I've got to reply to people. I gotta engage in
content. I gotta like. It's kind of like a trap.
Yeah.
It's kind of like they're just trying to get you. And then
but I really do enjoy like making content. Like, I love it.
It's so fun. But then I find myself getting too into it, and I'm just scrolling mindlessly, and I'm like, this isn't productive. Like, I need to take a break and like get off my phone and do something else.
And then I just get on my Kindle.
Yeah, I don't do that because I don't read. I just turn on The Office, and I'm like, cool, sweet, let's do this.
Yeah.
Well, Hannah, I love you. I'm obsessed with you. You're my girl crush forever and always. And now I need you to like tap me up.
Let's do it.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're getting tatted. Tatted up. Tatted up in studio. Never done this before. That's gonna be your promo video. Your promo video is this right here. Okay. Is like about to get tatted. Can't play music because then we'll get copyrighted. So I just have to. I just keep humming. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I didn't shave my arms.
It's fine.
I should shave my arms.
My little tinkle. Where's that?
Shave that up. Before this, Hannah said my wrists are skinny, so slay.
Just make sure we get that on record.
You think I'm skinny? Do you do a lot of like in-house tattoos, or only for like really cool people?
Only for the coolest of the cool.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so this is your oldest birthday?
This is my oldest's birthday. Yeah, the day I became a mom. Best day of my life. What
about your other kids?
You know, they get the 765. 7 for Bentley, 6 for Brooks, and 5 for Banks. But like the day I became a mom was like the best day of my life. No, the day I became a mom, I always say the day that my daughter left my vagina was the day that I became the real Josie. Like, it was the best day ever. It was also like the hardest day ever because my epidural didn't work. But like, I think that's what made it so good though. It's because like the minute she came out, I felt no pain. And so it was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I did that.
The relief.
Yeah. Did you do epidurals or C-sections or what?
Epidurals, yeah.
Epidurals.
I ain't trying to be nobody.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, with wrists, it will kind of twist and turn as
That's fine.
You do. So make sure we're like even, centered, straight. Okay, let's stencil. I'm gonna have you stand up, I think.
Okay.
That's okay. Oh, mother hair?
Yeah, mother right there. Doing mother.
Mother?
Mother.
Mother?
And I know my husband's going to make fun of me for this, but like, whatever. He's only going to call me mother from now on. He's going to be like, mother.
Like Rapunzel in.
But like, I've been like wanting this forever. I've like thought about it for at least 6 months, which is forever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine.
6 months is a long time to think about something.
Yeah. Okay, is this Timu? What is this watch?
No, this is like a vintage.
It's
one of my
gorgeous.
clients has a cute little like vintage shop, and she just like sources all these cute things.
It's so
And
cute.
this is the second watch I've gotten from her. And I'm like, it's kind of giving Cartier.
No, it is giving Cartier. That's why I was like, Timu?
Yeah. You
Not
know
that,
me?
not that
You
like
know
you
me?
wouldn't buy a real Cartier, but like, Timu?
No, I'm not spending $20,000 on a watch.
Probably more, honestly.
SARS.
Quiet. Okay, wait, this is so, I love it.
Okay.
You have the artistic eye, so you can get final say.
No, I think it looks good.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to look up random questions that we can ask you while you do my tattoo. What's the best decision you ever made in your life?
To start tattooing?
1,000%. Oh, this one's interesting because I feel like I know the answer. Where would you be if you hadn't followed your dream?
I don't even want to think about it.
Like, if you weren't tattooing, if you were still married to your first husband, life would be so, you would look very different.
I would look very different.
You wouldn't have any tattoos.
I wouldn't have any tattoos.
You'd be Young Women's president. That's what it would be.
Stake Relief Society secretary.
Yeah. Do you believe in second chances?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. Do you?
Yeah. Oh, I guess it depends on like what they did.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Like
conditionally.
like how big of a second chance are we like talking about here? Like did you kill someone?
Yeah.
Did you cheat on someone? Like
yeah.
what'd you do here?
Yeah. How much trauma was there left
Exactly.
in its wake? Actually, I think I'm gonna have you take off your watch.
Okay.
Sorry.
No. Okay, getting tatted on the pod. Never done this before.
First for everything.
YOLO. I just scream. I'm like, ow! Who is someone you wish was still around?
Ooh, like famous?
Famous,
famous.
personally. Someone that you just wish you saw a little more of.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think who I would say.
No answers for that one.
Jesus. He'd be like, what is going
My brother
on?
in Christ.
If you could receive closure from one person, who would it be?
This may sound really weird.
No, nothing's weird.
When I was 16, my house got broken into, and I like caught the guy in my bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I would love to just be able to like have a chat with him.
Like, why'd you do that?
First of all, but also like, I think just to like let him know that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like it was very traumatic and still is, and I still hate being alone. But
Wait, that's so scary.
to just be like, also he was like super just like high on drugs, like just cracked out of his mind.
So he was breaking in to find drugs, probably, or would
Yeah.
find something that he could sell for drugs. He
Yeah.
wasn't like trying to take you.
Yeah, no. He so he had been living in a basement apartment across the street from us. And he'd been watching our house to know that we were supposed to be at church for 3 hours. Good old 3-hour church.
Oh my gosh.
And I came home early after sacrament meeting because I was not feeling good. Not feeling good, or the Lord was like, you need to go protect your house.
You gotta protect your things.
Yeah, and I walked in and he was in my bedroom. There was so many, like, just, like, everything happens for a reason. Like, I'm a huge believer of that. Like, there was so many things that happened with that whole situation that, like, were not coincidence. and just like everything was fine, but like his the girl that he was like staying with ended up killing herself.
Oh my gosh.
Like just like a really bad situation all over, and he like obviously got arrested, went to jail. Blah, 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 blah.
So we don't know where he is now.
Don't know where he is now. I hope he's doing better. But I would just
love that closure. Yeah.
That, like I didn't let you ruin my life. Like I could have.
Yeah.
And it still is like there are some instances where I don't feel. And obviously just like
did he just like run away? Like what happened? Like did you scream?
I literally didn't. I was so confused. I literally said to him, I was like, "Who are you? Like, what are you doing?" Because I was the last one to leave my house, so I knew I had locked the doors. I knew that like my sister was in the singles ward, so she wasn't home. Like I was just so confused. I literally was like, "What are you doing? Who are you?" And he like gave me a fake name and like walked past me out my door, and then he went through my kitchen, like through the laundry room, out the back door. And so I kind of followed him because I was like, how does he know his way through my house? I was so confused.
Yeah.
And then I got to the back door and saw the broken glass. So he had like broke the glass and like reached in and unlocked it. And then it like hit me. And then I was freaking out.
Oh my gosh. So did he end up taking anything?
Yeah, he had like taken a bag of stuff. And like like I said, it was all very like everything was so aligned. It was crazy because my dad was bishop. I tried calling him because I like just couldn't, like my brain wasn't working.
Yeah.
He wasn't answering. I walked outside. My neighbor was just getting in her car to go to church, and I was like, someone has broken into my house. I don't know what to do. So she calls 911. There was a cop who had literally just got done pulling someone over like 2 houses away. So he comes over.
Oh my gosh.
I see the guy in the park that was like right next to my house.
Yeah. He
goes and like tackles him. Like it was crazy.
And you're 15?
I was 16.
16.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now that would have me scarred. Because at that age, I was deathly afraid of getting kidnapped. Mm-hmm. So that would have like, I would not have been okay.
Yeah, but like we had a basement apartment in our house, and my grandma was living there at the time, and it was like the apartment was on the outside of the house, like that was, you couldn't get in it through like our upper part of the house. So like there was she had her own entrance, her own door. Yeah. And literally we left for church, and she was like, oh, I can't find my keys. I guess we'll just pray that Heavenly Father watches over us today. Literally said those words. So if he went down there. If it hadn't been unlocked, he would have not spent time down there, and he would have been gone by the time I would have got home.
What the heck?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Like, yeah.
Okay, well, you got me beat. I'm like, I don't have any crazy story about needing closure like that, so.
Okay, that one's done. Yay! We'll just turn the light for a second.
She's so cute. Tattoo number dos. C for Caleb. What's a moment you'll cherish forever? This moment right here.
Frebs. I should have you tattoo me.
Can I? Hannah, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
Do like a little...
I'll do a heart on your collarbone. Just like Lily Bloom.
Yes. I don't know. I think holding my son for the first time. Yeah, like, yeah. I feel like I can still feel his like little naked bum on my chest, you know?
It's the best. No, holding your kids for the first time. It's like nothing else you'll ever feel in your life. You can come as close as you need.
Not that close.
like, how close do you need me?
Just like there, yeah.
Who is your celebrity hall pass?
Morgan Wallen.
Ew.
Dude, I
Hannah.
I know.
No, my hair girl, Emily, is the exact same way.
Like, it's, like, at one point, it was, like...
Bad. Yeah.
Like...
But, like, picture him not on stage. Picture him not on stage, not famous, has no money, and he's just a loser that throws chairs off of buildings.
I know. It's
like,
bad.
he's not attractive. He's not an attractive man. He's attractive because he's Morgan Wallen.
I don't know, Joe.
That's it. That's your hall pass. Okay.
Who's yours?
Well, I just saw It Ends With Us, so freaking
Justin Baldoni?
I call him Justin Broccolini because it just sounds more fun. But no, I think Atlas is hot.
Yeah, he is. I
don't know. I've never
seen
seen him in anything.
I'm so sad they didn't like make him more of the story because he's like way more of the story in the book.
Oh, really? I've never seen him act in anything before.
Yeah, me either.
So I was like, who is this man?
Dude, can you believe how like similar the young Blake Lively looks like Blake Lively?
Well, the way that they taught her how to talk, so she literally sounded just like Blake Lively
not
to
only
me.
that, yeah, but like they have the same freaking mole beside their nose.
Yeah, well, I think that's prosthetic.
No, she has it. Like,
no way.
All of her Instagram pictures.
Do you follow the TikToker that auditioned? She lived in St. George, and she sounds just like her. What's her name? Aspen. Shout out Aspen. If you're listening, I think that's her name, Aspen Lish or something. That would have been crazy if she would have gotten casted. Can you imagine? You're just like a normal Utah girl, and all of a sudden you're like on the red carpet with Blake Lively.
Yeah.
Okay, who do you think is in the wrong in the drama? Blake Lively?
I think it's Blake.
You think it's Blake?
Mm-hmm.
But like that doesn't make sense that every single person on the cast unfollowed Justin. Every single person. If there's one person that's being excluded, it means that they might have done something. That's like the only reason why I don't think it's Blake.
Here's my thing of why I think it's Blake is because all of the Gossip Girl cast doesn't follow her.
Not even Blair?
I don't think so.
Okay, wait, now I need to
This might be a fact check.
Okay, we're fact checking. Okay, Blair. What's her real name? Blair Waldorf. Blair Waldorf actress is Leighton Meester. Okay, let's go look. Let's do some detective work.
She follows Justin.
Really? That would change things for me. That would change things for me. Okay.
And what's his?
Okay, yeah. So she doesn't follow them.
And Bachelor doesn't follow Blake either.
Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. Okay, that kind of changes everything for me a little bit. Dang. But also,
you've seen all the interviews and stuff, right? Where she like just seems like a total.
Oh, the interviews are bad. The interviews are bad. Have you seen the TikTok where it's like, when you know Blake Lively's in the wrong, but you want to meet Taylor Swift one day, and you're like, what are you guys talking about? Yeah. Like, what did she do? Like, yeah. She's a girl boss. Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
Why would we be upset with her? Okay, let me see. I just can't, like, here's the thing. In that world, you know that by unfollowing someone, people are going to notice and people are going to talk. So it's like you're doing it on purpose. Like, there's intention behind it, right. Which makes me think that there's like something behind it.
I do think that even if Blake is the sweetest human being, whatever, I do think that there were stuff that she took over of the movie. I feel like you can tell that there's parts where it's just like, oh, that was kind of like made to be like more serious, and then she all of a sudden was laughing. Like,
okay, I was telling my friends this after watching last night, the part where she's like giving him the speech that she wants a divorce. I feel like it could have been executed way like deeper, and she was like smiling and laughing during it. Yeah, like giggly, like trying to make light of it. But maybe that's like how she portrayed Lily to be. That's the other thing, is it's all subjective. Like,
and it's hard too because it is such a touchy subject, and so it's like you just want to make sure that you're doing the subject justice. I don't know. I honestly am a Blake stan.
Now that I know
like,
that,
off of all of that stuff, I'm like,
now that I know that they don't follow them, it like really changes things. That's crazy. Well, freak. Okay. No, I think my hall pass though would be Atlas. He's hot. Just because that's the current show I watch. I never like have like someone that's like recurring. Like, it always changes. It's just
honestly, my actor would be like young Gerard Butler.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I feel like
even now Gerard Butler.
Like, why not? Daddy. Why not? Brad Pitt is one that always stands out to me. I think he's so attractive. Yeah. And he just gets like better looking with age.
Though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's That's a cheat answer.
Yeah, it's like very like, okay, tell me that you're not original without telling me you're not original.
It's like saying Zac Efron.
Yeah, no, literally.
Cutesy cutes.
She's so cute. Caleb, don't divorce me. That's like the biggest fear, getting the initials of your spouse. But like, he's my person. After watching It Ends With Us, like, he loves me. He's my person. It's fine.
We could totally turn it into Capricorn one day if needed.
Exactly, because it's in a perfect spot where we could just
extend it.
Exactly. See, I have a way out if needed. I wonder what the audio is going to sound like. It's going to be like bzzz. Like, who knows? We might just end up using the camera audio because it might be bad. But this will just be nice in case. Okay, next tattoo up. Mother, not mother. I'm getting mother. No, literally, Caleb's only going to call me mother from now on.
Well, I mean, you have a pretty fun nickname for him, so I feel like it's...
Yeah, Pedro and mother. Tattoos in the studio, bitch. We're getting it done. The first.
Wait, so what was your first tattoo that you got that's on your ribs?
It's on my ribs, and it's like a flower, but it's not a flower. I'll show you when I can turn my body. I think I have a picture of it. It has turquoise in it, because that's like Cathedral's thing, is like turquoise and like those turquoise and red and like colorful tattoos. Yeah. And like the turquoise was like a last minute ad. I was like, oh, will you put turquoise in there? Like, it was so not thought out.
Might as well over
like
here.
At all. It was so bad. Oh my gosh. This is it right after.
You are kidding me. Oh my god.
That's on my body for the rest of my life. So, is it a flower? Is it a pirate ship steering wheel? Is it... We don't know. But,
that is so funny.
She's there. She's there. And it hurt like a bitch.
I bet.
Love. Okay. We did it.
I think we did it.
3 tatties for the baddie.
Yeah.
One day I'll be as baddie as you. Probably not. I'm too scared. Should we say our goodbye on camera? Before we end? Before you leave? Before you tape it? Okay. That was the tattoos. Hannah's the best.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys. Bye.